We're gonna be doing a full day of eating, the exact first show that I am doing, what my physique looks like before, and what it looks like afterwards. Honestly, the meals are gonna be really weird.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm rich.
To our winner, Julia Rene.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Prep Diaries series. My name is Julia Rene. I'm an IFBB Wellness Pro, and if you are new here, hi, welcome, hello. Welcome to deep in the bowels of prep. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an update. In today's video, we're gonna be doing something that I've been looking forward to. I'm like, for days since I heard about it, but we're gonna be doing a full day of eating. I'm gonna show you guys what my refeed day today looks like and what my physique looks like before and what it looks like afterwards. So I talked about this in a previous video, but my coach, I've been on very, very low calories for the majority of the week. So Sunday through Friday. And what we've been doing is we have been increasing my calories on one day on a Saturday. And this week, because our results were so good, we increased it by a little bit more. And I didn't have to wake up and do cardio this morning. And honestly, I didn't know what to do with my life. Zach was like, you need to sleep in. So usually I'm waking up at 4 a.m. during the week. And of course my body still woke me up at 4 a.m., but I just forced myself to go back to sleep and ended up sleeping until 7 a.m. So progress. So I'm gonna take you throughout my meals today. We have 5 meals today. I'm gonna show you what my physique looks like first. This morning fasted, I haven't eaten anything. And then Monday, how it's looking when I do my check-in with my coach, because that's what he wants. So let's get into it. First thing that I want to mention is a big disclaimer, is that the reason that I am filming this, what I eat in a day, is mainly for meal inspiration. And honestly, the meals are gonna be really weird. Like, they're not anything super creative or super special. And this is specific towards me and my body and what has been working for me on my cutting plan. Bodybuilding is a very extreme sport, so this is one of the days that I am eating a higher amount of calories than I normally would. And I just wanted to put that out there, that I'm not at all telling you what you should be eating for your meal plan. Hopefully you just use it as inspiration. And also I'm gonna kind of talk about during this video what the purpose is for having a higher carb day during one day of the week, and like slash refeed day, and you can see the results. So I'm just really taking you through what has been working for me, and hopefully you learn a little something and you get some inspo. So let's change into my posing suit so we can get a first physique update. So hopefully you can see me okay, but I'm going to be testing out different suit colors. So these are posing suits, and they're just for posing and doing check-ins with my coach. But I have a posing suit in almost every color that I have a competition suit, so I can see like what everyone's response is to every color that I wear. So this is what our physique is looking like fasted before our high carb day. So every time that I pose, like do my posing routine, I always watch it back. So like, much like, I guess like, you know how like football players will watch film, like they'll watch themselves play and see where they can adjust. So I do that every time that I do my posing routine and see, like, that wasn't my posing routine, those are my quarter turns. So the difference between like your quarter turns and your routine, your quarter turns are your comparisons. So you'll be stepping on stage next to all the other girls that are competing, and they'll be comparing you to them, and then they'll like move you around to see who's the best. And then your routine is individual. So you walk out on stage, and for pros, you get anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute to like showcase your physique by yourself. So I'm just loving how my quarter turns are looking. I've gotten so much better at them. I was really struggling with the quarter turn from the back pose to the next side pose because it's like weird going that way, and like your body has to kind of learn how to do it. So I'm really happy with how I'm looking. Like my shoulders look kind of crazy right now. Okay guys, so for breakfast, we're having a very similar breakfast to what we normally would have, except the protein and fats are actually lower and the carbs are higher. So like the macronutrient breakdown for today is a little bit different, and I'll explain why later. But I'm gonna first use just a quick oil spray. I get this one at HEB. And then my favorite thing to do is every week I'll just prep green onions and red peppers so that they're ready to go, and Zach and I can use them for anything throughout the week. And I just put a little, and we saute them up, and I let them saute a little bit, get a little bit brown before I put my egg mixture in. So while we let that saute, I'm gonna measure out 100 grams. Oh, that's already too much. There we go, nailed it. See, that is like significantly less than what I would normally have, but today I actually get 2 whole eggs instead, so I'm just gonna crack them in there. Okay, so my favorite seasonings, look how gorgeous this is. So beautiful. So my favorite seasonings that I'm using, they're usually right here in the front. So I've always put everything but the bagel seasoning. Focus. Everything but the bagel seasoning. And pink Himalayan salt. Then I've just been putting like my last bit of microgreens on top of it, which I need to go to the farmer's market tomorrow and get more because Zach and I really liked them. Measuring out my bloobs. And then the main event. So this, I showed you guys this in a previous video, but this is what I have been using we've been testing this to use to fill me up because we might potentially use this on peak week. And the reason being, so peak week is when you it's the week before the show, and you spend drying out and filling up your muscles. So the way that you fill up your muscles is by carbohydrates. So usually people do that in a number of different ways. There's dirty ways to do it where you do like a cheat meal with burgers and fries, or rice cakes, honey, things like that. So my coach swapped the rice cakes for this because he says that sometimes rice cakes can bloat certain people, and these do not. And I have been loving them. Don't bloat me whatsoever, and that's the key. So this is what we're having. So I know it seems a little random, but this is our first full meal. We have eggs and egg whites sauteed with little veggies, some bloobs, and the main event. So we're gonna eat this and enjoy every single bite. And lastly, every morning I have my buff chick greens. It's a non-negotiable. Not only am I getting a huge serving of vegetables when I have these too, but also it helps me stay regular, which is really important right now because I am eating very high protein typically throughout the day, and sometimes that can back up your, poops. and it really, really, really helps. I notice a huge difference when I don't take it. It's crazy. Sorry if you can't see me very well. There's a lot of light coming in right here. That's better. Look at my food. I got all this food. It feels like so much. It also feels like more when you put it in different bowls. But I have been loving these two hot sauces. It's the Mi Tienda brand from HEB. So sorry if you guys aren't from Texas, but there's the habanero and the aguacate. Mild, hot. One is hotter, obviously, and this one's more like limey avocado, so I've been putting a little bit of that. I've been mixing a little bit. I'm so happy. One thing that you really like start to, I think it's easy to, what's the word? Like forget to appreciate food, and then when you like willingly go in a deficit, you're like, you appreciate the little things. Like in the off season, like this breakfast, I would have been like, ugh, whatever, like boring. But now I'm like, it is amazing. So, I'm gonna enjoy this, and I'll check back with you guys for meal 2. Hey guys, meal number 2, super simple. It's going to be 85 grams of lean protein. So I'm gonna choose cod, almost have it. And then we are going to do 90 grams of rice, which is, I know, pretty boring. There we go. Delish. I will catch you guys at my pre-workout meal. Okay guys, we are on to meal number 3. This is gonna be my pre-workout meal. So I have cabbage already prepped and ready to go. We have cod again. So I'm gonna do 85 grams of the cod. Again, we're doing lower protein, which I will explain. And then 100 grams of cabbage. And it's already ready to go. So it's easy, and I can just microwave it. And while that's going, I'm going to prep my oats. Okay, so I have quick oats, and I'm just gonna measure out 80 grams of quick oats. Ta-da! And all I gotta do is mix this with some water, and it's good to go. Boring, I know. Okay, cod and cabbage come out. Oats go in for 90 seconds. And it's like the perfect amount of fluffiness. My Odermeers is ready. And I put some cinnamon in with it. Ugh, I made a mess. Hot, 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 hot. Okay, so I wanted to explain to you guys like why we're doing this high carb day, refeed day, and the benefits of doing it. So basically, like I was telling you guys in a previous video, when you're cutting, you're depleting your body, and most of the time you're depleting for a significant amount of time, and that's what we have been doing. So it's a decrease in calories, a lot of pulling from carbohydrates, and basically the purpose of this week is not only to rev up my metabolism from having the low days and then a spike and high days, which could potentially lead to more weight loss Monday whenever we do our check-in again, or after we get back to our low calories. So this is what we've been like. We've been at the low this whole week. We're spiking it for one day, and then we're hitting it hard again on Monday with bringing back cardio in, with going back to the normal calories that we have. And we also we took cardio off for today. So that's an hour and 45 minutes that I don't have to do of cardio. So that's gonna help with fatigue management, bring down some inflammation. So not only are we doing that, we're bringing down the inflammation, I'm getting more food. It's hopefully going to have a really good effect especially once we're back on you know, hitting balls to the wall again. And then tomorrow I get a complete rest day, so it's gonna be good. And plus, this also gives us an idea of how my body responds to this amount of carbs and refeed, so that when I do go into my peak week for my show, we already have an idea of what works and how my body responds. Because there's such thing as like spilling over to where you have too many carbohydrates and your body looks worse. And then there's, you hear all these terms in bodybuilding and these are what they mean. And you hear they looked flat, which means they didn't have enough carbohydrates where their muscles didn't look as bubbly. So in carbohydrates, there's glycogen, which helps fill out your muscles and make them look, you know, more bubbly. So that's the difference between looking like full on stage versus flat. So we're gonna eat this, we're gonna go to the gym, and I will see you back for post-workout meal. Okay guys, we're back from the gym. I'm exhausted. I definitely had way more strength at the gym, but I'm still tired, especially because this morning we went back to our old place and we cleaned it up a bit. We grabbed more stuff. It was a lot of like physical exertion, and I'm not really supposed to be exerting myself that much. So just all of this is like really hitting me hard. So we're having another weird meal. It's actually egg whites and the Chex cereal. So I'm just gonna make it like I did this morning with a little bit of my little bell pepper. So it's like breakfast dinner. I love breakfast dinner though. And we're gonna do 180 grams of egg whites. Perfect. Nailed it. And we got 60 grams of Chex cereal. Nailed it again. I honestly, oh my God, my hair looks crazy. I forgot that I had this totally guacamole seasoning. I remember I used to love it and I just forgot. So good. I forgot that I had it. It was such a weird meal. Such a weird meal, but I'm gonna enjoy it. We have one more meal left. And it's so nice, like it's kind of crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I have another meal that has more carbs in it. It's so weird. Okay guys, so for my last meal, I'm actually going to make my salmon fresh because I don't have that pre-made. Usually I just get the MegaFit Meals beef and I'll have that because I could either do 85 grams of steak or beef or I can do 100 grams of salmon. So tonight I wanted to make some salmon, so I wanted to show you what I do to make it. So literally the only thing that I use when I make salmon is Tony's Cajun seasoning. It is the best. I'm missing nails, I know. It's delicious. So I have the oven preheating to 400 and I cook it for about 25 minutes and almost every time it's like perfect at 25 minutes. So we got these little pre-cut slices and we're just gonna put some seasoning on it and we're gonna bake it once it hits 400 and we're gonna have some rice and veggies with it, and then I also get some Chex cereal on the side. Set the timer for 25 minutes. Okay, so for my veggie, I'm doing frozen. I know this is weird. It's like peas, carrots, and corn and a little green beans. They're frozen, but I've been loving them. I don't know why, but I've been looking forward to them every day. And when I I get like the giant bag of frozen ones, and it's just like so easy that I can like switch out my vegetable. So see, I have another backup bag back there with my frozen berries if I ever want those. So I'm just literally going to put it in the microwave for probably 3 minutes to defrost. There we go. And we have 4 minutes left. I don't want you to get burned. And we're gonna do 7 grams of olive oil. So I'm gonna measure this out real quick and put it on. Okay, this is our last meal. And then little cereal. Okay guys, so that video was from this morning of the results of how the high carb day went. I was just looking back and comparing the footage of both of them, so I'm actually going to pop the side-by-sides on screen. Granted, they are in completely different lighting. One was taken like in the daylight on Saturday morning, and then one was Monday morning, which is today at like 4 in the morning, so it's really dark in my bathroom. But what I do notice is that like my muscles just look so much fuller, and that's exactly what we want. And I noticed that like my physique, as far as like the level of leanness, didn't change very much, which is good. My muscles just looked more full. Like there's a specific like look where it's like bubbly. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Definitely look better. So I'm curious to see, because I sent my little check-in to my coach. So I'm curious to see what he says. Ooh! He says, "Good morning, fantastic," with a period. "Please check in with me again Wednesday this week instead of Thursday." Okay. So that means I'm just going to stay on, now that we have bumped up the calories, and on that Saturday. Now, Sunday I was at the lower calories and back to my regular meal plan, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll just go to my regular meal plan. But Wednesday morning, I'll be checking in with him early instead of Thursday, because I have a feeling, depending, like I was telling you guys in the last video, I'm going to be finding out this week the exact first show that I am doing based off of how this high carb day and filling up went. So we'll get to know soon. So I'll either be filming my next video on that Wednesday when I'll do my check-in, or on Thursday. So I will see you guys then. Hope you enjoyed this video and get a little taste of like what a refeed day looks like. Again, I want to reiterate that I am not at all telling anybody what to eat or how they should eat. This is what's working for my body and for my specific goals, which is to compete at a pro level on stage. So I love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think. Bye.